Kuula has gotten an exclusive partnership with Apartments.com to build 360 virtual tours for Apartments.com partners. Now, those with the gold package or higher. What does that mean for the virtual tour industry as a whole, and of course for the photographers who work in that industry? So for those of you who aren't already in the know, Apartments.com is simply a place where you can go find and search for apartments. They are usually for larger commercial clients, places that do or own hundreds of listings and are really looking to sort of saturate when it comes to the transparency that they have with the different apartments that they have for rent. In order to actually upload a Kuula 360 virtual tour, you actually need to submit the request directly to the Apartments.com support team. You do that with a link as well as other information such as the property name, address, property management company, the model name if the tour should be uploaded to a specific model, the unit name, the 360 tour link itself, the caption, and comments if necessary. It seems like you're going to need a Kuula Pro subscription in order to participate in this program, likely to help sort of recover some of the sales costs that Kuula had to go through in order to secure an exclusive partnership like this. Stuart Richins, the VP of product over at Apartments.com, is, and I'm going to loosely quote here, is saying that virtual tours are one of the most popular features for people who are looking to rent an apartment. So ultimately, this is sort of indicative of a broader trend we're going to see as people continue to increase the amount of renting and as the housing inventory sort of as the housing inventory doesn't increase at paces that it has historically, ultimately. Kuula, of course, was founded in 2016. They're a Santa Monica-based firm. They claim to have a user base of over 350,000 professionals, which honestly seems pretty high. As somebody who does a lot of business in the virtual tour industry, I can tell you that my list of contractors who I use around the United States tops at around 1,500. That's in the US, which is one of the largest markets in the world. So where they're coming up with these 350,000 professionals, that seems a little odd to me. I'm not exactly sure what they're basing that off of, if that's people who've set up any type of account in any context, or if that's people who use their service, say, yearly, or in any way that's still really confusing about how they came up with claiming a 350,000 user base, and they're also claiming that Kuula overall has had 10 million panoramic images uploaded. That can be believable. Some of these tours can be massive. Their utility is frankly very deep. So that is more of a subjective number that's harder to pinpoint, but is frankly more believable because virtual tours are awesome. Kuula also claims to have billions of views, which is hard to independently verify, but it is believable in consideration of how quickly this type of asset is growing ultimately. Apartments.com, of course, is one of the leading websites for apartment rentals. They claim to have over 1 million active listings, so that's 1 million potential virtual tour jobs that just came onto the market. Guess it's time to start going through that Rolodex and figuring out who you weren't able to do virtual tours with previously because they listed on Apartments.com. Now, we don't know how many of those 1 million active listings belong to partners that have the gold or above subscription advertising package, but my guess is that it's likely a lot in consideration that Apartments.com services a lot of corporate clients. Apartments.com has a very impressive little network of websites underneath them. This includes Apartments.com, ApartmentFinder.com, ApartmentHomeLiving.com, Apartmentos.com, WestsideRentals.com, ForRent.com, ForRentUniversity.com, After55.com, and CorporateHousing.com. Apartments.com claims to be backed by the industry's largest professional research team. Not exactly sure what a research team is when it comes to apartment rentals, but they claim to have visited and photographed over 500,000 properties nationwide. So if they have $1 million for rent and they visited over $500,000, I guess it's safe to say that they probably don't independently visit a lot of actual units, but who knows? Maybe with the adopting of this independent partnership, things will come online faster. Now, ultimately, what does this exclusive partnership mean for the industry as a whole? The good side is that we have larger organizations such as Apartments.com acknowledging the validity and the demand for virtual tours by the shopping public at large and the utility that they have for that thread. The downside is that anyone who wants to go and service any of these customers are going to be forced to use this program, Kuula. Now, I've used Kuula in the past. It's fine. There's nothing inherently wrong with it, but all of the workflows that exist in my company, the 12th fastest growing company in Philadelphia, don't actually involve this company, don't actually involve Kuula. So now I'm going to have to, if I want to go after this client base, I'm going to have to adjust SOPs. I'm going to have to come up with new workflows, and I'm not exactly sure how different those are going to be from existing workflows I have. That's obviously going to affect the cost that these tours are being provided at. It would have been much smarter for Apartments.com to have done a little bit more research and realized that they could have simply just embedded an iframe code into whatever spot they have, and boom, they have a virtual tour that's going to be cost effective to their partner, and now they're not stuck into this particular service. So I don't know how long this contract for exclusivity is going to last for, but hopefully it's not too long. It seems like it's going to be up to the individual photographer to reach out to the owner of a listing in order to get something up there. So this is really something more to keep in your back pocket if somebody has an objection. Oh, I heard that I can't actually do a virtual tour because I work with Apartments.com. It's no longer true. You just have to use this one particular service. Again, this is hot off the press, y'all. This came out today, Friday, March 31st, 2023. I hope this has been helpful and useful and will be to you going on forward into the future. Again, my name is Jonathan McKnight. I'm the Director of Operations for Momentum 360. We're a virtual tour firm located in Philadelphia, servicing worldwide. Thanks for your time. We'll see you next one.